Hello. So I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna share these to some groups here, I think. Or can I even? Oh, there we go. Let's see. Share y'all. Share you. Whoa. I'm exiting. I don't want to do that. So I'm just sharing these to groups because that's how I roll. And I gotta get out. Okay, I think that's enough. Welcome. So I'm back. I just want to finish up my night before I call it a painting day. And I am just going to put my second layer of paint on these shapes. And then after that, call it a day. You know, very straightforward painting session. I spent working on this morning, but I came to this the realization that I just can't do the type of painting I want to, because it requires me to use multiple layers of paint, and I didn't want to put 2 layers of paint all at once because I was having trouble with adhesion, or it just wasn't turning out the way that I was expecting it. So right now I'm just dealing with that, and it's the last layer. And then I'm going to go over to, I don't know, I'm going to do one more layer after this, but it's not going to be pink. That's for sure. So all I want to do is make sure that the paint is applied and it's opaque. So I was finding that when I used 2 layers or 1 layer, that it was going on. You can't tell that it's kind of transparent from the video, but in person it's very like translucent, and I want it to be a matte finish. You know, I want it to be a flat pink tone, and it's going to require me to use 2 layers. This is one of the things I got to do to have that like appearance. And I made a little mess. I had a little mess up right there. I went a little too quick. I mean, I'm going to be quite honest. I was sitting down watching some television. I was like, I got to go downstairs and finish this off because I'm just going to regret it. Not necessarily regret it, but definitely I'm going to feel like I'm behind for the day. So I just sat down. I was like, man, I just got to get down there and start working again. It's hard to kind of get momentum back up after you've kind of not cashed out for the day, but you definitely have kind of accepted that your day is over, you know. And so there's days like on these days I feel comfortable working in the morning, but I don't like having to start another like art session in the evening because I feel like I'm doing my 3rd shift. You know, that's what it feels like, and I'm messing up royally. I'm being very relaxed with how I'm applying the paint, but it feels like I'm going in for my 3rd shift, and I don't like that sometimes. You know, I've already put in 2 shifts. I don't need to be putting in a 3rd. You know, but I just had to come down here and finish this. This is one of the things you got to do as an artist, because the paintings are not going to paint themselves. You have to paint them, right? So who's going to paint the paintings for you? No one. It's going to be you. I am not one of the lucky ones where I have assistants do like all the grunt work. I have to do the paintings myself. And regardless of how I feel for the day, right, I have to work on these things. And it's just like any other job, really, where there's days, and as of lately, it's feeling like that anyways, where there's days where it feels like I don't want to work. And as of lately, it's feeling like a chore right now, you know? Yes, this is Banksy. I hear he's coming out of the shadows, and he's got $100,000 paintings that get shredded on demand. This Banksy. Yeah, that's hilarious. So I had to get more tape. I had to downgrade on the tape that I got. I wanted to get like a green frog tape. Like I wanted to get that frog tape, that green stuff, the green tape, and then I was thinking to myself, yeah, they self-shred. They do self-shred. It's called a fire pit. they self-shred, and they go to Goodwill, where all good paintings end up, and then someone like Wayne White will come in and paint on top of them with curse words, and then they get reappropriated and resold for another $10,000. No, it's not on paper. But I guess you could put it in a wood chipper if you wanted to. So I don't really like this white tape a little bit. It leaves an inconsistent line that I don't like. But I'm just looking for good enough. I'm just looking for a clean enough line that I won't be upset with the final outcome. So I just think they're all happy accidents. They all should be. I'm not trying to hold these paintings on a pedestal anymore. And I used to do that. And I was finding that it wasn't impeding my creativity, but it was definitely I was definitely less happy. So the lower the expectation, like the less stress I feel at the end of the day. And of course I have expectations for them. You know, I want them to look decent, but at the end of the day I don't want to be going to bed stressing over what this painting looks like, right? I don't want them to be like, oh man, this painting does not fit my vision. It's like I don't want to have that expectation anymore. I had that a lot when I was doing like burger paintings. Of course, the stress was not as much painting related as more like deadline related. It's one of the reasons why I don't think I'm going to be doing shows for anytime in the near future. I think I have enough pieces for a show right now, which is good. So if I get into a show, if I ever have like a solo show, I'm not going to turn it down, but I'm not going to frame them. I'm just going to like, hey, we're just going to use some L nails. I'm going to nail them to the wall. I am not going to spend the extra not even 20 hours, like 200 hours mounting, cradling all my panels. 200 hours and who knows how much money just to cradle them and then wire them. You know, I don't know if it's not really worth it on my Like for me, it's not really worth it. Or maybe it should be. I don't know. It should be. Maybe it should be on my radar. Maybe I should be more invested in the framing and wiring of all my paintings. Yeah? Should I be? I don't have much to talk about. At the end of the day, I'm like fresh out of words. Yeah, fresh out of words. What I really want to do is just fall asleep. I want to go to bed. I want to sleep right now. I want to go to bed so much. I just want to curl up. That's all I want to do. Oh, that sounds so bad. Like that's a weird thing to hear from a painter while he's painting. He's talking about how he wants how he just wants to go to bed. It's like he just wants to sleep and take a load off and relax just for a moment, because the next day is going to be the same thing, just a different day. So I'm almost done with this batch, and what I've been thinking about doing is doing batches of 5. Batches of 5 that have maybe, I don't know, at most 5 layers of paint. I'm thinking, because we're getting like 6 layers right now, and I don't really like having 6 layers of paint. It's just seems like overkill to me. It's something that just feels like I'm just adding more layers just to add more layers. And I don't know, maybe it might be perhaps that I don't feel like I have control over this many layers. So I don't have mastery over it, so it makes me uncomfortable. Or maybe I just don't think that it's adding more. Like it's adding more layers, but I don't know if the effort is making the panel, the pieces better. Like they might be more complicated, but I think about this and I'm like, is it making the pieces better? Is this action making the pieces better? And I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe it might be a palette issue. Maybe I need to start introducing more colors. And then maybe once I introduce more colors and I add more layers, that might be what I need to do. And if that makes these panels better, then yes, maybe that's something I should do in the future. So I won't know until I start introducing more colors or into these panels. And that's not going to happen until the next batch of 5. I said I wanted to do 10 batches of 10, but I think I would do batches of 5 so I could cycle through more color variation. Like they're still going to have the same visual essence, but I want to play around with color a little bit more, and I want to cycle through it quicker. And I don't want to do 10 sets or 10 pairs or a set of 10 that has the same color palette. Because I've been doing that for a while now, and it's like, this is just too much. I don't feel like doing that. I think I'll be better off with just 5. Either 5 panels or 6. Ah, it's late. Is it late? Yeah, an automated. They probably already have one. He's probably on it. You know, better watch what you ask for an automated painting machine. You know, they probably already have one. It's patented. It's called like one of those automated routers. You got to input the data. He made like a flamethrower, I know that. So this is an easy session. I just wanted to come down here and do my second layer of painting, second layer of paint on these two panels here. I don't want to leave them hanging for the evening because I want to start. I think I have only one panel left, or maybe two panels left. I'm not sure, but I wanted to kind of get the ball rolling on the last few portions of these panels so that I can kind of start on my next batch. Yeah. Looking good. Kind of. We'll see. Some people don't like this kind of stuff. It's like, you're using tape, cheater. Yeah, I'm cheating. Using that tape. Saving myself some time. Of course, I also run the risk of not having clean lines, like what's happened to some of this, but what are you going to do, right? Fun. It's just one of those days, you know. I guess one of my biggest pet peeves about art is like having to do it twice in a day. It's one of my biggest pet peeves is having to come back to the studio after already doing your time, like putting in your painting time, and then coming back and working again. I like the fact that I can be more, it's like an extra session of productivity, but it's also like, all right, where's my me time, right? But thank goodness it's only it's the second layer. The second layer of paint goes by so quickly, so I can have some solace in knowing that this is gonna end in about 10 minutes. Or let's take some solace, right? Thank you. Oh man. I could use a nap. Otherwise known as just going to bed. Ooh. You might actually, I want to do a live video where I literally fall asleep during the session. During the video, or like, I'm just like, you know? That would be hilarious because yesterday, I kid you not, I was doing my digital drawing at night, and I was so tired. I was sitting down drawing on a tablet, and I was literally falling asleep as I was drawing. I was just like, and I draw some more, right? And I fall back asleep. And then I wake up and I try to draw a little bit more. That is a good art day. When you fall asleep making your art. I'm going to take that as a win. If I fall asleep doing one of these videos, that would be, I would put that up on YouTube and I wouldn't even care. I think that'd be hilarious. And it wouldn't be staged. It would happen. But I actually have had that happen a few times. But that's only when I'm sitting down. If I was sitting down like right now painting, there'd probably be some instances that I'd just like kind of nod off, because that's what it's like. Non-stop work. You know, non-stop work. I still got a bunch of other things I gotta do after this, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to it. All this other stuff I gotta do is gonna, it's gonna add up to like, I don't know. It means I'd be up till like 2 in the morning. If I were to, kind of quantify it time-wise. It's just like a bunch of small things that just, they don't necessarily take a long time to do. But if you expect it to take very little time, it adds up. So like, I need to make some other videos. And they don't, like, the video itself doesn't take a long time to do. Sometimes it takes more time to set up the video and have the lighting right, and then to upload the video, and then to add the context to the video. But that is what takes a long time. So I think I'm going to take the tape off of these areas. I'm going to put some more paint up here. What's over there? Distraction. So I got some more paint today and some more panels to paint on. And I was originally just going to get some more blue painter's tape, but I was like, man, this place is so packed. I think I'm going to just get all this stuff now, just in case I don't have the opportunity later on. And so I got a bunch of tape, panels. I got 50 more. I got 50 hardboard panels cut out. And I'm going to prime them. I got 3 more quarts of paint. I wanted to get like really vivid colors, but I was finding that the Vivid House Paints Glidden doesn't have the super cool colors. It's all about the bear paint. And I was like, man, I need some of that bear paint. Is it pronounced bear? I don't know. And I was unable to get like the frog tape. I didn't get a roll of frog tape because that thing, like one roll of frog tape cost like $9. I was like, that is some expensive tape. I don't want to spend that much on some expensive tape. I just want it good enough. So I bought a bunch of like the blue painter's tape, which it's consistent, but sometimes it can be like, a toss-up. Sometimes you get one of those rolls that's just like, what's going on here? I paid this money and now the roll, like it's doing its thing. It's doing this weird thing that I don't like. It's a toss-up with the blue paint. Some days it works, does miracle work. Some days it's like it needs a miracle to work. It's going to take a miracle for it to work. Some days it's a miracle. Make up your mind, blue painters tape. Decide who you want to be. So these are just kind of fun little paintings to do. Low pressure. Not low expectation, but definitely I'm not gonna bet the farm on this, right? Or is it like is that the term for it? Like bet the farm? I don't know what it's called. Oh no! There we go. So I'm playing around with smaller shapes on these. Having more narrower stripes that kind of just float in the picture plane. For no particular reason, I just thought that'd be kind of interesting to play around with scale a little bit more. And not be so predictable with the line weight of my stripes. So I kind of played around with them, made them more odd shaped. Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm open to any questions if you have any. If not, that's cool. I'm just going to keep painting. I'm almost done anyways. Just wanted to finish these stripes, finish this area, finish these two panels. And I'll turn around and see if there's any inquiries or questions. It's like, whew. Alrighty. Just finishing up, almost done. I'm actually, what I'm more excited about is not necessarily finishing this. Well, actually, I am very excited about finishing these last 10 panels here. But I'm just really excited about actually starting a whole new color palette, because I've been doing the same pink and gray color palette forever. I'm getting tired of painting with pink. And I'm tired of looking at gray right now. I like gray. Me and gray are good buds, right? But it's time for a switch. Time to add a different color palette to the situation here. Change it up, because it's too much of the same thing over and over again. So I got some green, some orange. I never really messed with orange before, and some purple. I also got a bunch of other paints that I have that is like other house paints that I've just kind of acquired that I haven't used. I thought, well, why not try these out and see what happens? But I did buy some other paints with intent. So I got some semi-gloss paint, and I'm really kind of looking forward to that because for the most part, all I have is like eggshell and satin and flat. So I really don't have a variety in like sheens. I am worried about the semi-gloss when it comes to like photographing. I'm worried that it's going to be very difficult to photograph because there's going to be a lot of glare. So I'm going to have to figure out how I can minimize that. You know? Something I need to think about doing. For future references. So that's what I'm worried about with regards to the appearance of the paint. Uh-oh. Whew. It's almost done. Just wrapping it up. Want to wrap up the night. All right, well, now it's time for the big reveal. Just kind of pull off all this tape here. Pull it all off. Boo. Pull this off. There we go. All right. Uh-oh. Got a little paint on my finger. Not too stoked about that. So we're almost finished. This is almost done, and it's almost finished for the night, and then time to go night-night. Night-night for the day, right? And zoom. And pull off this top area. This is one of the design tools that I used to do for a while. Is I used to kind of crop off a whole edge, either horizontally and vertically on my paintings, and I thought it was kind of a neat little thing to use. I don't know. This was kind of like a neat little visual device, like a tool to have, and you know. So I've been doing. I decided to start introducing it to this series. I have mixed like reviews. I don't really know if I like it. I don't dislike it, but anyways, if you want to check it out, this is what it kind of looks like. That's what they kind of look like. There we go. And that is it. I want to say thank you for everyone for just stopping by and watching what I was doing for the day. Really appreciate your support. Please sign up for the newsletter and receive 20% off your first purchase. That's it for the day. I got to go to bed. It's time to go night-night. Have a wonderful night.